Anybody notice it's just hard to make sounds at all?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm more oriented to being quiet. So any sound is weird.
Yeah. So in this kind of situation, when you're working on control patterns, you have to push yourself a little bit. You have to push, because they're just going to sit there otherwise. So you have to decide to let yourself be uncomfortable. And the same way with breath work, because when you start breathing, you're going to want to stop breathing. And so you have to make a decision. No, I'm just going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep doing this. Keep breathing, keep breathing, keep breathing. And your partner encourages you to do it. And that's how you get it to move. It's not going to move on its own. It's like these are things that are like there to keep it stuck. And so this is where you use a little willpower. Go, I'm going to lean into this a little bit. I'm going to go where it's uncomfortable and do things that are uncomfortable. And that's how you really get to change. It's counterintuitive. That's why you need an active counselor to help you. Let's go there. Come on. But it's a decision you make. I mean, if you never want to touch your uncomfortable places, that's up to you. But they're just going to stay there.
Or they're going to sneak out in inappropriate ways.
That's right. They'll sneak up on you and get you.
I'm realizing how, through this exercise, how much that I have cultivated this sense of trying not to get noticed.
Right. Yeah.
Flying below the radar.
Yeah, and you'll see some people have patterns of I have to get noticed all the time or I won't get my needs met. Other people have patterns like I should never get noticed or I'll get abused. Mm-hmm. Right? So it just depends on how you were brought up and what happened to you. But the fact of the matter is you have a right to express yourself. You have a right to have your feelings and get good attention and be safe while you do that. And if you aren't able to do that in a session, it means the control patterns need to be worked on and taken apart. And there's some more specific ways to work on it that I'll talk about after we have a break. But the other things you can do, we've already gone over for making sounds are like hand screams or screaming into a pillow, just opening your throat. Sometimes you can just make sounds without having any feelings, just to practice making the sound, like just oh! And if you do that a little while, you might start having feelings, just because it's moving the energy. So if there's a sound you're not supposed to make, you're not supposed to say certain words, you're not supposed to make certain sounds. Another good one is if you're having an orgasm, can you make sounds?
Oh, please.
How many people are told to be really quiet during an orgasm? Why can't you go, ah, ah, ah? And so you could practice making those sounds even though you're not having an orgasm, just to free it up. Just to free it up. Yeah.
Acting as if.
The neighbors will all think you're having an orgasm.
What's that great movie where there's that scene in the restaurant? Harry and Sally.
I'll have what she's had.
And she's like having an orgasm right there.
Right.
Another way to work on control patterns is to threaten to discharge. So you don't actually have to discharge. You just say with firm conviction that you're about to. So you might say something like, now I'm about to completely blow my top. I'm about to rage and scream. And you say it like you're really going to do it. And then you let your feelings come up around that idea. And you may never actually do it, but it'll kind of flush out the feelings that are keeping you from being able to do it. Or you could say, now I'm going to cry and wail and grieve completely right now. I'm about to do it. I'm going to do it now. Or now I'm going to scream in terror. I'm going to be totally terrified. And you just stay with the idea, because just threatening to do it opens up your subconscious enough that it'll start feeling uncomfortable and go, "Oh, I can't do that. No, whatever like that."
It'll activate the control pattern.
And it'll start to like squirm. So I'm wondering if there's someone who has trouble having feelings that would like to practice doing this. It's actually a pretty safe thing to do because you're not expected to actually have them. You may have other feelings when you say it. Somebody like to get yourself moving some feelings?
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Okay, great.